Hello, my limey and crunchy friends. So this was actually supposed to be a video I wanted to do for you all yesterday, kind of at the last second because I got this news yesterday and I wanted to be fully transparent here. I decided after I processed it for a little bit that it didn't serve any purpose to keep my experiences to myself. And so I meant to get on here yesterday, and then my daughter had a little sledding accident. She's fine. Everything's fine. But it totally threw off my day. And I've had time then, because of this, to think about how I wanted to talk to you all. I don't even have notes really, but I am gonna keep it brief because I actually don't have a lot I can share quite yet. But I wanted to talk to you all about my latest lab work. I'm sure you saw in the title that I just got news via email communication about a new to me co-infection that apparently I have had, because I have not had any new tick bites or anything. And here's the story. So I have officially been diagnosed with Bartonella on top of Lyme, Babesia, Mycoplasma, Anaplasmosis, Epstein-Barr. I'm probably missing some, but a whole host of other co-infections. So this is like almost not even a shock. And this is through my Lyme literate provider. If you're new here, I'm in treatment with a very reputable Lyme literate provider in my area. Happy to give information out if you're looking for someone and you're in I'm in Pennsylvania. So anywhere in that region, those states around PA. But I know she also provides some phone consultation too. So anyway, I love my Lyme provider, and I think she's done really well with my treatment and my kids' treatments over the years. And I don't want anyone to think that she's done anything wrong here. I wouldn't even call this a missed diagnosis, but we were talking at my last appointment about my treatment and how it's apparent in the last, well, I'll say 2 years at least, but 1 year at least. Because it's been a full year and then some since I stopped breastfeeding my last baby. So a lot of my treatment, I have 4 kids, a lot of my treatment over the last 10 years has been pregnant and breastfeeding and repeat tick bites for myself. So I've had a lot of ups and downs in my treatment. But my Lyme provider and I at our last appointment were discussing why I was kind of stalled out on my healing. I feel great, but my lab work with the Lyme, especially my co-infections are pretty much gone, or under complete control for now, depending on the co-infection. My Epstein-Barr has been negative recently. It was positive last time. So my Epstein-Barr is still like a little up and down, but I don't feel very symptomatic with it. So that's, to me, a good thing, like that I'm managing my immune system pretty well. My Lyme, though, is just not like improving beyond a certain level. And it's kind of up and down and up and down and up and down. And I know lab work isn't the only metric that we, want to be using. I don't believe that. And my Lyme provider doesn't either. She goes off of symptoms. And the fact that I still have a few remaining symptoms that are, tricky, including headaches, migraines, like really debilitating headaches has been one of my main complaints, I'll be honest. Still having some emotional symptoms, I feel like, and hormonal potentially symptoms, I assume probably related, since, my Lyme looks worse on paper than I feel. So, but a lot of and even my pain is pretty well controlled now compared to where it was, but it's still, I still have some fluctuations there. But anyway, I was talking to my Lyme provider about all of this and why can't I get past this hump? I haven't been breastfeeding now for a while. I've been on full treatment for over a year. What do you think? And she reviewed my whole chart again, but from the beginning, which I thought was really cool. All the way back, my big, thick, huge chart. And she reviewed her notes back to the beginning and saw there the symptoms I reported in the beginning that I forgot some of, even, to be honest with you guys. I don't even remember all the symptoms I had originally. It was interesting to be reminded of them. And she looked at me and she said, you know, you've always tested negative for Bartonella, but I'd like to send labs to a different lab, Galaxy Labs, which is now a more notoriously accurate Bartonella test. Previously, I don't remember if, I would have to go back and ask her if she only used MDL labs, medical diagnostic labs, or also IGeneX for Bartonella testing, or even LabCorp. Those are some of the labs my provider works with, and they're pretty reputable as well, very reputable as well. But my Bartonella always came back negative wherever she was sending it to these reputable labs. Like I said, I can't remember which exact one, but again, all reputable, always negative. So I had some symptoms of Bart. They kind of resolved over the years on their own anyway. So it was, I was tested a couple different times for Bartonella, always negative. She doesn't routinely use Galaxy Labs because it's an additional cost out of pocket. They don't take insurance. And she was trying to be kind to my wallet. And also, my symptoms resolved with treatment, or so we thought. So I was getting better progressively despite pregnancy and breastfeeding. And, you know, it was one of those things where this is a lesson, I feel like, to everyone of us, all of us in this boat, where it's like, you hit these roadblocks and you kind of have to go with your best guess, your best assessment. That's why working with a Lyme provider to me is like super helpful, because could I have figured all this out? Maybe. I mean, with some effort, but it's a lot of effort. And for her to be able to retrace her steps and to figure out an option, yeah, my Bartonella still could have come back negative from Galaxy Labs, but then at least we could have like really officially checked that off the list. Like, okay, for sure, for real, everything's okay there. But the other thing she did in the meantime, because those labs can take a while to turn around, I had them done in the end of December and they just showed up on her desk. Like, I mean, I got the email yesterday, but she might have had it for a couple days until she got it sent to me, but still. So what this all looks like is the trajectory of what Lyme is. And I really appreciate that when I had these labs drawn in December, she recommended I start a BART tincture from Byron Labs. Is that what the name of it is? That make those all different tinctures for different tick illnesses. And we have found in my family, for my kids and myself, they've been really effective. So she gave me some ABART to try in the meantime and said, look, if you herx, we know you probably have it, even if your labs are negative again, like you need the tincture. So there's no point in waiting to start treating for it. And I really appreciate her doing that, because like, here it is almost 2 months later, you know, good 6 weeks later, until we got the results back, which we knew it would probably take that long. And I felt like I did herx a little when I started the tincture, but I wasn't sure, you know, is it all in your head? Like, and then I kind of forgot about the tincture. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not on a lot of tinctures right now. So like, I had it sitting in a spot where like I didn't grab it for a few weeks here. I was really good about it for over a month, and then kind of the last couple weeks fell off the wagon. And as soon as I got the results yesterday, I started it again. And you guys, I'm herxing for real. Like, now that I know, I'm like, it's not in my head. For me, like, so if you look up Bartonella symptoms, I'm not going to go through all of them here, because it literally could be like 50 different symptoms for people. For me, and I think for a lot of people, there's one of the big symptoms is like burning or pain in the bottom of your feet. And I'll tell you how I'm going to handle this too. Just so you know, I'm not herxing so bad that it's like a problem right now, but I can feel like, so the bottoms of my feet are starting to burn a little. That's a big Bartonella symptom that was gone for me. Apparently I had it when I first went to her, and you know, some of the treatment for Lyme cross covers. My Bartonella ended up being negative, but some of the treatment cross covers different co-infections. And so that symptom ended up resolving with my treatment, which is awesome. Or my immune system getting better, you know, whatever. And it wasn't really a problem for me all these years. And then here it is popping up a little bit again as I kill those buggers. And emotions in the last like day of restarting that tincture. Oh my word. Now, it's hard to say for sure, but I went from feeling fine, emotionally stable, great, joyful, normal, like whatever, to like waking up in like a panic attack this morning, essentially, for literally no reason. Literally nothing going on to like be a problem in my life. And I just know that about myself. Like once you learn about your emotions and you learn about even your physical body, your mental health, once you learn what makes you tick, you know when something's up or something's off. And I am, Carol, are you pregnant? I am 1,000% not pregnant. Yes, that ship has sailed, my friend. Good question though. All these things you got to ask. I am not preggo, but, I am in contact with my Lyme provider. We actually have an appointment set up to go over lab results and next steps. So I don't have my plan in front of me like yet through her, but I didn't want to not be discussing this with you all to be transparent and take you, like I said, along that journey. This is sometimes how it goes. Sometimes how it goes. At first, when I got this lab result yesterday, I was like super dejected and like instantly like it was a blow. The initial response was super negative and just a punch to the gut, because I was like, not another thing to treat now. But I gotta say, that quickly turned to like a more positive response, because I realized right away, you know what, Adele, like this is the ticket. This is the ticket to the next level of healing for you. Like if I didn't know that I had to attack this next thing in my body better and more aggressively, I couldn't journey to next level healing, right? And I'm so close to, like, I've never felt better since before I had Lyme, like when I was a kid, and I mean, it's been over 20 years. Yeah, it's been over 20 years since I've felt this good. So I know I'm getting somewhere. And if this is the ticket to full remission or full healing or whatever, we can debate what that looks like. I do believe there's a healing to be had. So I'm not going to deny that. Then I accept it. I have to, like, it is reality for me, but I also see this as the next best step. Does it ever hurt to have an answer? I don't know. Don't answer that question. It's rhetorical. But really, truly, answers are a blessing in disguise sometimes. And you know what? This is an answer that I wish I had had earlier. Fine, sure. But you know what? I believe also in divine timing. And I got this answer now in my life for a reason. And I believe fully and completely that I'm just going to knock this thing out of the way. This is just a pebble on the journey. And we're going to get moving right on to healing fully. And this is hopefully going to be my ticket, like I said, to Lyme healing as well. Because this Bartonella could be what is holding up that Lyme healing in its completion, So that is my belief fully. Like, I don't see why there's any reason to think otherwise. This is the ticket, my friends. So I can't say that I'm like rejoicing at the news, but I am really rejoicing at the prospect of what this means for my healing journey. Next steps. All right, we're going to tackle this Bartonella head on. So, I'm already writing a blog post about this journey too. So I will have that, to share with you all. And like I said, if you're not familiar with symptoms of Bartonella and stuff like that, please just go Google it. There are some really good like images. You can see like whole lists of symptoms. If you're concerned for yourself, or you want to discuss it with your Lyme provider, I'd say it's worth it, and there can be just a whole host of symptoms. I probably have more symptoms of Bartonella than I even realized, because a lot of them, like I said, are just like vague. or cross over, like headaches, for example. Well, that's a symptom of Lyme and Babesia and Bartonella, and so it's really hard. You're like playing whack-a-mole with tick illness sometimes, you guys, but it's worth it. It's worth it because there's healing to be had, and we all are worthy of it. And I want you to know that even when it feels hard or it doesn't feel like that, I will speak it over you. That is the truth. We all need to speak over each other and ourselves. You are worthy of healing, and healing is your birthright. Wellness and wholeness and health are your birthright. And we're going to claim it together, you guys. So I will keep taking you along this journey. If you want, you can ignore it. If you don't want it, it's fine. If you don't want to hear about it, but I don't want anyone to ever think they're alone in this, or that like I have somehow magically arrived. We're all on this journey together. And so my motto has always been enjoy the journey, embrace the journey. And I plan to do that, even as it takes its turns and bumps and whatever. Okay. So I appreciate all your comments. I am going to go back and read through them again. But thanks for being here, guys, and for listening in and for your encouragement. I see nothing but kind words. And so, I just caught Heather's affirmation real quick. I'm going to share it with you all. I'm making the best decisions for my health. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to look different for all of us because it's your health. My health isn't your health. Your health is your health. And that is exactly it. And I support that. We all support that. That's why you're here. That's what holistic healing means. Holistic. All the options are available to you, and you get to decide what your steps are going to look like on your journey. So I'm making the best decisions for my health. I embrace healing and wholeness and wellness. And I vote that over you as well, guys. All right, happy Tuesday. Here's to another leg of the journey, my friends.